Hey students, we're going to learn some more about editing and some more tools in Photoshop today. You need to make sure you're at Modules in Canvas and go to More Editing and Tools. And you'll notice there's an activity that's 50 points, and then after that you've got an activity that's 100 points. Need you to open November 13th through December the 5th. I've already opened it, so I'm going to go to that now. It's altering, correcting, selecting, transforming. Oh my. The ability to select and transform pixels in Photoshop is the most fundamental operation of the program using all the selection tools. We're going to have a little demo by me. And your graded work or intro activity is going to be working with a giraffe and basically putting it in a different place. Also, I'm going to challenge you to lighten part of his hair. So give him a bleach job, so to speak. But anyway, that's 50 points. We're going to do that together. And then I'm going to preview Dressing Max just a little bit, but you'll be fine. You've got all the pieces that you need to put Max together and get clothes on him. So, and that's a 100-point grade, and it has a rubric in Canvas. So I'm going to minimize this and go back to Canvas. And you'll notice Dressing Max right here. We'll go ahead and I'll preview that for you. There's the handout again. It's got some more information that you can read on down. Save the following files in your picture folder, or just click the file and choose Open. Then open preview window, choose Photoshop, and Max will just pop open. That's a Photoshop file, the PSD, that's what that means, Photoshop document. You will open each one of these files, remove the background, resize the clothing or the object, and arrange it correctly using the Layers panel, and you're going to save the final one as maxdressed.jpg, and of course submit. Alright, watching for pants in the background, blazer or the shirt, background's out, your hat is sized, tilted, and again the background will be removed, boots resized, background removed, cat sized, flipped, laying over the left boot and the background removed. And keep in mind, the left boot on the child called Max is on your right, it's his left. Each one of these are worth 20 points. Alright, well, let's go back. Now let's get started. I'm going to open the giraffe, so I'm going to click on the giraffe. One of my students shared this with me. It's easier to choose Open here and let it go to the preview and then go to Open and just choose Photoshop. And that keeps you from having to save it in your picture folder and then open the file in Photoshop. Okay, you noticed real quick a window came up. You probably saw a dolphin page or something. So I'm going to show you my end result. There's my giraffe and there's the background. So I put the giraffe looking over the wall or looking at you while he's watching the dolphins. Notice the giraffe layer is on the top. Your background, you'll get to choose wherever you want your giraffe to go, is on the bottom. This black layer was only for checking to see if I got rid of all the white or it's the sky background around the giraffe. And for the most part, I got it. There, I do notice that there is another little something there, so I get on the giraffe layer, and let's see there. And there's some other things you can zoom in and get really nitpicky, but a lot of times you don't have to worry about those things. Think about pictures that celebrities mention. I was not there, that's not me. Well, it could be them, and someone just photoshopped them in that location, and oops, I just took the edge of that giraffe's ear off, but you know what, if I just keep clipping that out, it'll look okay. I'm going to go back to Control 0. And I mentioned to you about lightening the giraffe's hair color. I'm going to grab the move tool and I'm going to pick him up and oops, look at there. You couldn't see it, but it's there. So if I wanted to be very exact, again, I'm using the right bracket to the right of the P on your keyboard to get rid of that. If we're going to lighten his hair, there's lots of different ways you can do it. I'm going to start out with making him a little bit bigger right now just to make it easier for me to see, and then we'll downsize him again. Alright? When you make changes or alterations in the size, you have to press enter to commit. And if the transform tools, the handles bother you, remember go up here and just turn them off. Alright? I'm going to go with the selection tool and try hue and saturation first. So let's just see on the quick selection tool if I try to select. Okay, that got some of the brown part, which I didn't really want. Okay, so this is a good time for me to show you how to take away from a selection. I'm going to go up to the selection control panel and go to minus. And I'm just simply going to do like that. Alright. Now this doesn't have to be exact. Ah! This is not working the way I wanted it to. Alright, I'm going to go back to add to the selection. I'm going to click on there, click on that, click on that. Alright, this will work. We've almost got that connected and we've got this portion out. Again, I'm not going to make you do this, but it's something that you could play with if you finished early. I need to get that out of the selection. Come on. Alright. Oh, it's so close. Alright, I really should have zoomed in tighter on this. I'm going to try to remove this piece right here. I'm going to Control plus and zoom in. I'm going to go get my navigation window. I'm going to zoom to the location and I'm going to try, I'm going to downsize my brush. I'm going to try to remove that. Okay, I got that. It's not perfect. But let's see, if I downsize my brush a little bit more, do I dare go after that? We almost have it. Okay, alright. This takes a lot of time and it's very tedious, as you can see. But the smaller your selection tool is, the more exact it is. Alright. So let's see if I can get rid of this right here. You have to move slow or you can make a mess. Alright, let's stop with that and let's simply go to Image and Adjustments. And let's go to Hue and Saturation first. Alright, always make sure your preview is on. And we'll move that where you can kind of see. And let's just play with this. Alright, let's go lighter. Oops, darker. Let's lighten the hair. Okay, that looks kind of fake. But it's definitely bleached out, right? So let's play with our tones. Ooh. Okay, y'all are going to get way too excited about this. But anyway, this is what hue and saturation will do. So it's an easy way to change colors, but this is not what we need to use for this. So I'm going to hit cancel, and I am going to go get my clone tool, and I'm going to decrease the size of it. I'm going to look for a really light portion on the giraffe's neck already. So I'm going to capture these pixel colors by using the Alt key, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to go here, and if you watch where your cloning tool is, it's copying actually the pixels and the colors. So it's not the greatest way in the world, but on this, to get the lighter real color of the giraffe's coat. Okay, that's not working. But from here it looks okay. But zoomed in, that looked awful. So I'm going to try again and just see. Alright, and you can see as it went across this brown portion, I've got a brown stripe right there. So it's not the greatest way to make changes, but if you watch what you're doing, sometimes it will work. Okay? Alright, so this is selected. I'm going to step back in my history. Remember the history? I'm back at my quick selection, and all that cloning's gone. So that didn't really work, but it is a way to transform some things. So let's go to image, adjustments. Let's look for replace color. Alright. This is cool in that you can click on different pixels of color, and it will replace what you see here with whatever color result, replacement color we choose here. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go up here and capture that. But see, again, it's a solid replacement. So that's not real good. So let's hit cancel, and let's try with hue here. Let's go hue, it's turning green. Saturation, lighten that, and go lighter here. Alright, hue and saturation's working a little bit better here than it was working earlier. I want to keep an eye on our color result. I would like to match this right here. Would love to match and get close to that, but it just doesn't look the same. So this is really difficult to get that to lighten and bleach out, so to speak. But it is a little bit lighter than it was, and we could just go a little tiny bit lighter, and I think that's good enough to say we gave him a little bleach job there. And go a little bit more and click OK, and we deselect that just like that, and it's not so bad. Alright, I spent a lot of time lightening his hair, so I need to hit stop and start over. So this is the first portion of editing, transforming, and altering pixels. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.